And I'm going to start to put it out like this. Have you ever been in a place where all of a sudden you're facing either a trial or a temptation or a set of circumstances that seems to be kicking your fanny, that you thought that you had gotten by, and then all of a sudden it's coming around and you're saying, why am I in this place again? Where you're saying, I thought I learned this lesson. Why am I having to go through the same thing? And I have understood and I have come to see that there is a very important reason why that's happening, although it's not pleasant when it's happening, and more often than not, those things that we're getting put into are things we'd rather be done with, as I thought I was finished with this. And so the question comes up, why am I having to keep doing this and keep doing this? And the answer is that when you're on the field of battle and bombs are going off, bullets are swinging by you, you may already be hurt. And if your rifle jams, you may be scared out of your wits. But if your rifle jams and you've been, now here's the word, you've been trained enough, you will automatically disassemble that and put it back together. Because you've been trained. It's not something you know. It's not something you I know how to do it. But it's something that's gotten worked into as part of your being. The point that we're getting out of this is that is where God is taking us in our walk. It's not enough to know what I'm supposed to do, intellectually understand what I'm supposed to do when temptation hits. We have to be so trained that when temptation is walking at us and it's got its eye on us, that the moment we see it, we either go into a hoo-ah without thinking about it. Says, oh, that's a pretty nice temptation. Gee, you're a nice version today. Let me look at it. Or when we see temptation, without thinking about it, we turn away. Your loving kindness is before my eyes. Well, let's just kind of say very carefully, it's better to have his loving kindness before your eyes than anything else, huh? But there is a training that's going on in the kingdom of God for those who are willing to receive it, that God is getting us to the place where we don't have to think, now what do I do now? I'm in temptation. What do I do now? What do I do? This temptation I don't really understand. Get on the phone and talk to someone. Just when you see you're starting to feel and slip, and you're starting to feel and slip, it says, well, I'm going to be stronger. Say, well, don't fight it yourself. Get on the phone. You've got connections. Don't do it yourself. The enemy wants you, when he's hitting you in a vulnerable place, to try and fight it yourself. Make contact. The dynamic is this, is that for those who have ears to hear and hearts to obey, God is at work today in his people to train them and equip them to be harvesters or laborers at an end-time harvest. When the world is going off the deep end, that he's going to have a people that know how to walk with him even in tough times. How do we learn to walk with him in tough times? He puts us in a tough place. But I might fall. Yes, you might. And if you fall, get back up and it's just amazing. He'll run you through the same thing again. And if you fall, you get back up, he'll run you. Well, eventually, you know what's going to happen? You're going to learn the lesson. Why? Not because I'm going to get it eventually because I'm a smart guy. Sometimes I'm pretty dull. But because God in me is there by his Spirit to help me become what he's called me to be. And everybody said,